Good morning, student. Today I am going to explain about various level of database implementation. To student, there are three types of database implementation. First is internal level. Student, in the internal level, we have to define the physical memory where our information will be stored. And second is conceptual level. In the conceptual level, what type of the information will be stored, that will be defined. And next is external level. And in the external level, uh, in the external level, the information will be accessed according to the different user. For example, this is the external level, and first is the physical level, next is the conceptual level, and is internal level. Here, implementation of physical level. In the physical level, we have to define how the information will be stored on the storage media, and this is the conceptual level. For example, we are creating a table. So in the table, which type of the columns and the data types will be defined in the conceptual level. And this is the view level or external level. So that external level will be accessed by different user point of view. Here, sales officer and the purchase officer. The sales officer is accessing information according to sales points of view, and this is the purchase officer. That information is accessing according to the purchase point of view. And next topic is concept of data independence. The student, the process of changing one level without affecting next higher level is called the data independence. That's clear. And there are two types of data independence. First is physical data independence. The student, the process of changing in the physical level without affecting its next higher level means conceptual level. If we are changing storage place, then this will be not affected in the conceptual level. For example, if we are saving in the starting in the hard disk, but after some time we want to not store in the hard disk, we want to store on the online backup, then there will be no affected in the conceptual level, means what information will be stored, that is not matter. So this is the example of physical data independence. And second one is logical data independence. The student, the process of changing in the conceptual level without affecting its next higher level means view level. So this is the logical data independence. That's clear. And next topic is different data models. The student, data model defined how the information will be stored in the database. This will be defined by the data model, and there are three types of the data model. First is relational data model, network data model, and the hierarchical data model. First is relational data model. The student, this data model defines the information will be stored in the row and the column form, means in the tabular forms. That's clear. For example, there are three tables: supplier table, item tables, and the shipment tables. So in the supplier table, supplier ID, supplier name, status, and the city. This information is storing in the tabular form. And this is the record of the items and the shipments, and all records are linked linked to the supplier ID and the item ID. First table, supplier, and this supplier table attached with the shipment table by supplier ID. Here first record of the supplier S1 is Britannia, and supplier S1 is supplying I2, I3, and I6 items, and this record is linked to the item tables. Here I1 is milk, I2 is cake, and I3 is bread. In this way all records are attached. This is the example of relational data model. And students, next is network data model. So in the network data model, information will be stored in the hierarchical forms, means top to bottoms. And in the network data model, only information will be linked to the pointers. For example, S1 is the first supplier, and that supplier supplying particular quantity 10, 20, and 20, and 10 is I2 information, 20 is cream biscuits, and 20 is bread. That means all information are stored in the hierarchical forms, and information are linked with the pointers. And here first is supplier S1, and next is supplying quantity, and last one is items name, and third one is hierarchical data model. The student, hierarchical data model is same as network data model. Only difference is in the hierarchical data model the record is not pointed with the pointer links. Otherwise all information are same as the network data model. In this hierarchical data model, information will be also stored in the hierarchical forms. Students, in the class 12 we have to only study about relational data model. So I am going to explain relational data model in the brief. This relational data model was discovered by E.F. Codd of the IBM, and terminology of relational data model. The first is relation. The students, relation means tables. So whatever we save in database, so that information is the relation. Relation means tables, where information is stored or organized in the row and the columns. And there are some properties of the relations. All columns of the relation will be unique, and every row consists unique records. All rows of the relation are distinct. The ordering of the row within the relation is immaterial. The column of the relation are assigned distinct name, and the ordering of this column is the immaterials, means we can't repeat the same columns many times. And domain, the student domain means domain is the pool of the values from which we can extract actual value. For example, this is the shipment table, and second is supplier table. So here supplier id, so this is the pool of the supplier id s1, s2, s3, and from this pool we can extract the supplier id. So that's clear what is the meaning of the domain. Domain is the value of the actual pool where we can extract the value, and this is the pool of the item id, and this is the pool of quantity supplied, quantity supplied. And next is tuple. The student tuples means row, that's clear. And attributes, columns of the relation is known as attributes. And degree, number of columns or number of attributes is called degree. And cardinality, number of rows is called cardinality. So that's clear. Next is view. The student, I have already explained in the unit 2.2 what is the meaning of the view. Student, view is a type of virtual table that doesn't occupy any space. Its record is extract from the base tables. It is only used for the security purpose. And how can we create the view? So I have already explained how can we create the view. Again I am explaining. Create view and view name as select asterisk from item where price is greater than 12. So students, in the view is a good item is storing only stocks of item whose price are greater than 12. And next is the structure of relational database. So in the structure of relational database means in the database is the collection of interrelated relations of the tables, and that tables consist many columns and the many row. And here is keys. The students, what is the meaning of key? Key means key is a type of restriction, and according to that restriction we can fit the records in a table. That's clear. And types of the constants. So student, there are many types of the constants are the key. First is primary key. First is primary key. So students, what is the meaning of primary key? Primary key uniquely identifies the records in a table, and in the one table we can define only one primary key. And next is candidate key. So candidate key means candidate key and the alternate key, all attributes combination inside a relation that can serve as a primary key or candidate key. Students, we can say that the candidate key is a type of the primary key. For example, if we are taking the example of a student table, in the students table admission number is the primary key, and if we combine admission number with the roll number, and roll number is also serving as a primary key, so here roll number is the candidate key. and if we are combining more than one column is main primary key and second column that is serving as the primary key, so that is the candidate key, but that candidate key is not serving as a primary key, so that is called alternate key. That's clear. And next is foreign key. So student, foreign key means that is mainly used to create a relationship between two tables, and we can implement a restriction on the child tables. In the child table we can only fit the records of only those records that is already exist in the main tables. That's clear. So these are the keys: primary key, candidate key, alternate key, and the foreign key. So that's clear. What is the foreign key? Foreign key is the type of the non-key attributes that is mainly used to create relationship between two tables. And next topic is relational algebra. So students, what is the meaning of relational algebra? Relational algebra means algebra that operate on the relations is called the relational algebra, and there are many types of the relational algebra operation. First is select operation. The students, what is the meaning of the select operation? Select operation is a type of operation that extract the records from the table horizontally. For example, and this select operation is denoted by sigma. Suppose that if we want to extract the record from the table, so we have to write sigma price is greater than 14 and then table name. So students, we can't implement select operations or relational algebra as the practically we can only consider, and logically we can implement on the page, a rough page. So here first operation is the select operation. So sigma price is greater than 14 and the items. So what will be happen? That record will be extracted horizontally. For example, this is the main table item, and we are implementing select operations, means we are extracting the records of those items whose price are greater than 14. So here all items whose price are greater than 14 will be extracted horizontally. So this is the select operations. That's clear. And next operations I will discuss in the next video. Bye.